We're going to stick in chapter 3, section 3 for one more day. It's kind of an extension of function notation. We're going to call this combinations of functions. We're going to combine functions together using operations. So using our arithmetic operations of addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Okay? Arithmetic combinations. Or arithmetic, however you want to say it. So, we can combine our functions together by using the sum or addition. So if I have f parentheses x, how do I read that?
F of x.
F of x. So if I have this right here, that's read as f plus g of x. Okay? F plus g of x just tells me to do my f of x function plus my g of x function. You're just adding the two functions together. Okay? So, the same thing follows suit for everything else. The difference, f minus g of x is f of x minus g of x. Product, f times g of x is f of x times g of x. And the quotient, f divided by g of x, is f of x divided by g of x. So, it's just telling you to take that first polynomial and either add, subtract, multiply, or divide it by the second polynomial. Okay? Questions about that? Today, we're only going to talk about addition and subtraction. I'll show you product really quick, but we're going to talk about the product of polynomials later on in a different chapter. So today, we're not going to focus on product. Quotient, you'll see later on in a different math class. So we're not going to talk about that today. We're mainly going to focus on sum and difference. Questions about that? We okay? F plus g of x tells me to do f of x plus g of x. F minus g of x tells me to do f of x minus g of x. Can I move on?
No.
Okay, I'm waiting. Now, do not switch the order. So for f plus g of x, don't put g of x plus f of x. Put f of x first and then g of x. Same thing for subtraction. F minus g of x. It's not g of x minus f of x. It's f of x minus g of x. Okay? Am I good to move on now? Okay, this is really small. I'll write it a little bigger. So it says, let f of x equal 2x minus 3 and g of x equal 5x plus 4. That's what the top says, and it says simplify each expression. Can you guys see my writing a little better than the typing? Okay. Let f of x equal 2x minus 3 and g of x equal 5x plus 4. Simplify each expression. So the expression on letter A is wanting me to find f plus g of x. Gives me two functions and wants me to find the sum of those two functions. So what's f plus g telling me to do? F plus g of x? Based on the previous slide.
It's f of x and g of x.
F of x plus g of x, right? That's what f plus g of x is telling me to do. Everyone okay with that? Okay. What does it tell me that f of x equals? It says f of x equals 2x minus 3. So what can I replace the f of x with? 2x minus 3. Bring my plus sign down from my original formula. What does g of x equal? It tells me g of x equals 5x plus 4. So what can I replace g of x with? 5x plus 4. Any confusion on what I've just done? Or does that make sense? Any confusion what I've done so far? Or are we okay with that? Okay. Is there any simplifying I can do here before I start combining like terms?
Yeah.
There is?
No.
No? So what can I just start doing? Combining like terms. Someone list off a set of like terms for me.
fx and 2x.
Say it again.
Fx and 2x.
Not f of x. I don't have an f of x in there anymore, do I?
I mean 5x and 2x.
Very good. 2x and 5x. What is 2x plus 5x? 7x. Can someone list off another set of like terms for me? Negative 3 and 4. What's negative 3 plus 4? 1. So I get 7x plus 1. Is there any other simplifying I can do here or combining like terms? Nope. Here's f plus g of x. That's it. Pretty easy? Yes.
We need the equals. No.
Yeah, go and put equals. Questions? Confusion? Anything I need to clear up? Say it again.
What would you use this for to solve?
What do you mean?
If you were to use this negative, how would you use this to solve something?
So once again, this is just an extension of function notation. So we're just representing our equations with f of x instead of y. And so this is just adding and subtracting polynomials, essentially. So yeah. Other questions on part A? Can I erase and move to B?
Yes.
Part B wants me to do f minus g of x. What does f minus g of x tell me to do? F of x minus g of x. Everyone okay with that concept? F minus g of x is just f of x minus g of x. Okay. Once again, what does f of x equal?
2x minus 3.
2x minus 3. Bring down your minus sign from the formula. What does g of x equal? 5x plus 4. Notice I've been using parentheses to plug in. I want you to use parentheses to plug in. I'm about to show you why. Okay? Any ideas what I have to do with that minus sign? Or can I just go ahead and start combining like terms?
Do you change it?
Change it to what?
Addition?
Well, it's not telling me to add them, is it?
No.
No.
You distribute it.
Very good. This is like 2x minus 3 minus 1 times 5x plus 4. If I have a number outside a set of parentheses, I distribute it, correct? So, earlier, we were adding the two polynomials, correct? That's technically 2x minus 3 plus 1 times 5x plus 4. If I distribute that 1 there, is that going to change anything about either of my polynomials?
Nope.
No. That's why I was able to just jump to combining like terms. Here, if I distribute that negative 1, is that going to change anything about either of my polynomials?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Does my first polynomial change at all?
No.
No, it does not. So I can just bring it down. Everyone know how to distribute? Take the number outside the parentheses and multiply it by every term inside the parentheses. So what's negative 1 times 5x? Negative 5x. Negative 1 times 4? Negative 4. So, the minus sign outside the parentheses changes all the signs inside the parentheses. Right? Positive 5x changed to a negative. Positive 4 changed to a negative. It just changed my signs. You must do that when you subtract. Because you're subtracting the whole polynomial, not just 5x, correct? That's why we use parentheses when we plug in. Because if we did not use parentheses, it would just look like 2x minus 3 minus 5x plus 4, right? But I need both signs to change. So use parentheses when you plug in and distribute your negative. What can I do from here? Now I can start combining my like terms. Give me a set of like terms.
Negative 3 minus 5. Oh, that's 5x.
5x, never mind, I was lying.
2x and negative 5x.
2x and negative 5x. What do I get when I combine those? 2x minus 5x. Negative 3x. Everyone with me on that? It's another set of like terms. Negative 3 and negative 4. What do I get when I combine those? Negative 3 minus 4. Negative 7. So, f minus g of x, in this case, is negative 3x minus 7. Confusion that I need to clear up from anybody. Is it making sense to all of us? Yes.
So it's just the numbers on the right of the subtraction, correct?
Yes. So, good point. That's like a positive 1 in front of that set of parentheses. So if I distribute the 1, it just stays the same. Okay? And earlier, when I had the plus, I would distribute a positive 1 through both sets, so nothing changes. Okay? Any confusion at all? We good? Okay. Can I erase?
Yes.
Just briefly touching on letter C. F times g of x. What does f times g of x tell me to do?
fx times g.
F of x times g of x. Everyone okay with that? What's my f of x?
2x minus 3.
2x minus 3 times g of x. What's g of x?
5x plus 4.
5x plus 4. Like I said, we're going to talk about this more in depth in a later chapter. How to multiply that. Some of us may already know how to. We use this word called FOIL. It's an acronym. Stands for first, outer, inner, last. So, F stands for first. What's the first term of my first set of parentheses? Terms are separated by addition and subtraction. So it is 2x. What's the first term of my second set of parentheses? 5x. So in FOIL, let me retrace my steps back real quick. When I'm multiplying polynomial by polynomial, every term in the first set of parentheses has to get multiplied by every term in the second set of parentheses. Okay? Sometimes we call it double distribute because I'm distributing twice. We call it FOIL. So I'm multiplying my first terms, 2x times 5x, which would give me 10x squared. And later on, we'll talk about how to get 2x times 5x as well. We'll talk about that in a later chapter as well. Okay? O stands for outer. So if I'm looking at my parentheses as a whole now, looking at it as a whole, what are my two outer terms?
2x and 4.
2x and 4. So I'd multiply 2x times 4, which would give me 8x. There's my first set of distribution if I'm calling it double distribute. Okay? Okay, if O stands for outer, what does I stand for? Inner. What are my two inner terms? Negative 3 and 5x. So I'm multiplying negative 3 times 5x, which is negative 15x. Okay. If F stands for first, what does L stand for? So what's my last term of my first set of parentheses? What's my last term of my second set of parentheses? So I'm multiplying negative 3 times 4. There's my second set of distribution if I'm calling it double distribute. They give me negative 12. Combine your like terms. 10x squared minus 7x minus 12. That's how I would multiply those polynomials. Once again, we're not worrying about that today. I just wanted to show it to you real quick. Double distribute, FOIL. We'll talk about that later on. We good?
Yep.
Can I move on?
Yes.
All right. Okay. Let f of x equal 2x minus 3 and g of x equal 5x plus 4. Are those the same polynomials I had on the previous slide?
Yes.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Letter A wants me to find f plus g of 3. Is that the same thing I found on letter A on the previous slide?
No.
No. What did I find on the previous slide? F plus g of what?
X.
X. Now I'm finding f plus g of 3. There's two ways we can approach this. I'm going to show you both ways. My first method to approaching this is I could do exactly what I did on the previous slide. Plug in f of x, 2x minus 3, plus plug in g of x, 5x plus 4. I'm going to kind of go quicker on this since we've already done it. Combining my like terms, what's 2x plus 5x? 7x, negative 3 plus 4.
1.
Positive 1. There's f plus g of x, correct? That's what we got on part A on the previous slide. But that's not what it wants me to find, is it? It doesn't want me to find f plus g of x. It wants me to find f plus g of what?
3.
They replace the x with what? 3. So what do you think I need to replace my x with? 3. Just like that, right? Took the x out, put 3 in its place. 7 times 3? 21. 21 plus 1? 22. So f plus g of 3 equals 22. That's my answer. Questions on that method, or did I go too fast? I went pretty quick through that. Did I go too fast for anyone, or did not make any sense? Please speak up. We'll forever hold your peace. That's method number 1. Can I erase and show you method 2? Can I erase and show you method 2?
Yes.
Okay. So method 1 is evaluate f plus g of x and then plug in 3. Method 2 is I can plug in 3 as I go. So what would f of 3 look like? 2 times 3 minus 3, right? That would be f of 3, right? Because in this case, I'm technically finding f of 3 plus g of 3. That's what f plus g of 3 tells me to do, right? Plus, what would g of 3 look like?
5 times 3 plus 4.
5 times 3 plus 4. Everyone okay with what I've done? I plugged in 3 while I'm doing f of x plus g of x. Okay? Order of operations now. I'm just doing everything in the parentheses. 2 times 3. 6. 5 times 3. 15. 6 minus 3. 3. 15 plus 4. 19. 3 plus 19. Not 21. 22. Did I get the same answer I got earlier for method 1? Yes, I did. Either method will work. You'll get the same answer. You just got to choose which method you like better. Plugging in 3 as you go, or doing the operations with your functions and then plugging in 3. Either way works. Questions on part A? Can I erase and move to part B? No. Do I need to rewrite 22? 3 plus 19 equals 22. I can erase and move on now? Any confusion while I'm erasing? Okay, part B. F minus G of 3. Let's do both methods. Let's do method 1 first. Method 1. I'm doing F minus G of X, plugging in 3 at the end. So what's F of X?
2x minus
2x minus 3 minus, what's G of X? 5x plus 4. What's special about subtraction when I'm doing my combinations of functions? Got to distribute what? Negative 1 to which set of parentheses? The set of parentheses behind the negative 1, right? So I'm distributing my negative here. So I get 2x minus 3 Negative 1 times 5x.
Negative 5x.
Negative 5x. Negative 1 times 4. Negative 4. I'm moving too fast for anybody. I am flying through this. What can I do after I distribute my negative? Combine like terms. What's 2x minus 5x? Negative 3x. Negative 3 minus 4.
Negative 7.
Negative 7. Is that what they're wanting me to find? F minus g of x?
No.
What do they want me to find?
Minus.
F minus g of 3. So I've subtracted my functions and got my new function. Now what do I need to do?
Plug in
Plug in what for what?
3 for x.
Plug in 3 for x. Because I'm finding f minus g of 3. Everyone okay with that? Negative 3 times 3.
Negative
Negative 9. Negative 9 minus 7.
Negative 16.
Negative 16.
Never mind.
F minus g of 3 equals negative 16. Questions on B before I move to method 2? How many methods did I do on part A?
Multiple methods.
Huh? I can't hear you. Why not? You're not paying attention? How many methods did I do on part A then?
1.
Can someone help me out? 2. There are 2 methods. Okay, can I move to method 2 now? Okay, so someone raise your hands if you can help me set up method 2.
I can do that.
Yes.
2x times 3, or no, wait, 2 times 3
2 times 3
minus 3,
minus 3.
and then just set parentheses with 5 times 3 plus 4.
Like that? You're supposed to tell me everything.
My fault.
So what do I-
3,
Okay.
close it, and then you add. You subtract?
Subtract.
Yep, I do that. Parentheses, set parentheses. 5 times 3 plus 4. Close it.
All right, very good. Everyone agree with that?
C.
Method 2, I'm plugging in 3 as I go. 2 times 3, 6. 5 times 3,
15.
Negative
15.
15.
6 minus 3,
3.
15 plus 4.
19.
And 3 minus 19. Is that the same answer I got earlier?
Yes.
Should be. Yeah, it is.
I just did it.
How'd you do it?
So, I distributed that negative sign.
That'll work. That'll work. So you did it after you multiplied 5 times 3 or before? So, did you get the same answer as us?
Yeah.
So you get 2 times 3 minus 3. And then that would be minus 5 times 3 plus 4, right? So that'd become 6 minus 3 plus negative 15 plus 4. Oh, that's a minus 4, yep. So you get 3 plus negative 19, which would also give me negative 16. That'll work. Questions on example 2? Okay, I'm going to skip C because we're not doing multiplication today. Okay? Here's our assignment. I'm going to pass it out and then explain some things. Okay, looking at your assignment, you got 12 problems, correct? And this is 3.3 homework number 4, not homework number 3. I want you, since we're not doing multiplication today, Cross out numbers 3, 6, 9, and 12.
Whoa.
So now you have 8 problems
Nice.
total.
Man.
Okay? Questions about that?
Oh, yes.
Okay, down at the bottom section, it gives you the 2 functions, correct? F of x looks a little weird. That's because the software I was using to create this assignment didn't let me do an exponent. But here's what f of x should look like. F of x equals x squared plus 3x plus 1. That's just what that parenthesis x caret 2 is supposed to mean as x squared. So you may want to write that on your paper so you know what it means. Down to the bottom section, f of x equals x squared plus 3x plus 1. Okay, any questions before I end my recording?
Where?
What's today?
Hold on one second. Any questions before I end my recording?